Good evening, friends. Welcome to the PANSIGHT webinar. Today's topic is emotional traps. What's the purpose of this webinar? So I just want to make sure first, what do I want to accomplish by giving such a talk? So my motive, three. Number one, help you know the dangers of emotional traps. That is, create awareness about emotional traps. Number two, learn how to avoid emotional traps. That is, how to protect yourself from getting into some emotional trap. That is the second objective. Third one, know how to escape from emotional traps. Suppose you are already inside an emotional trap, then how can I come out of this trap? That is the third objective. My webinars are always based on FAQ, facts. Solid facts which can be verified. We modern doctors, we are trained to and expected to practice evidence-based medicine. Evidence-based medicine. If you are going to treat a patient with a TB, then we should have the evidence to show this person has got tuberculosis. If you are going to treat a patient saying that for COVID, we must have the evidence. The same way, I make sure that my talks are based on facts. Then E for experience. Experience that will give more authenticity. I'm not going to share just bookish knowledge or some kind of a research data. I'll be sharing information from my own personal and professional experience. And I have been practicing medicine for more than 50 years. Lastly, quotations. I have a personal collection of more than 40,000 quotations collected over a period of 40 years. Just by doing the Google search, I came across some titles. The money trap, love trap, mental traps. The definition of the word trap. A trap is something you can't get out of. A dangerous or unpleasant situation that is difficult to escape from. Is the definition simple and clear? If it is simple and clear, in the chat box, put SC. Because I always try to make sure that whatever I'm sharing is, thank you, Sam Guardi. Whatever I'm sharing is simple. And I use plain English words. Thank you, Venugopal. And you can see a mouse trapped inside that mouse trap. And you can see cheese, mouse. What happened? The mouse was trapped. The emotion of the mouse was pushed by that cheese. Seeing that cheese, that one pushed the mouse to get inside that trap. That is an emotional trap. Emotions of the human beings are also similarly. We have plenty of examples. Look at the bird. Sometimes they go and catch the birds by setting traps. The traps are usually visible and tangible. The word tangible means which can be touched. Visible is that can be seen. So traps are usually visible and tangible. But emotional traps are invisible and intangible. That is why people, they get trapped. These traps are not visible. You cannot see. You cannot feel. We cannot leave the trap until we know we are in it. I'll explain that one. Because if it is a visible trap, you know, okay, this is a cage, I should break that one. You can see that one. You can touch that one. But if it is invisible trap, you may not be even aware. You may not even realize that you are already inside that trap. So when you are not aware that you are inside a trap, then what happens? You will suffer. Is this explanation clearly understood? If you have understood, put you in the chat box. I'll put you. I haven't brought any information from simply books. These are all, I have taken enough pains. Thank you, Roy Granji. Enough pains to come with all the make these slides. Each and every slide. This is not a cut and paste slide except quotations. Brian Tracy, very, very highly successful motivational speaker and trainer. The greatest enemies of success and happiness are negative emotions of all kinds. The topic is emotional traps. I have identified 10 negative emotions. There are many, but for today's talk, I have identified 10 negative emotions. 1. Fear. My dear friend, fear is the most powerful emotion. Most powerful. People will do many irrational things out of fear. Do you agree? If you agree, put A in the chat box. Fear is very, very powerful. I'm going to share you real life examples later. Okay, thank you, Roger Angie. Then comes anxiety. More than 50% of the patients we see, more than 50% of the patients, they have an underlying anxiety. The anxiety provokes certain symptoms. Anxiety motivates them to go to the hospital. Anger. Some people have very difficulty in controlling their anger. Some people are always angry. Have you seen such people who are most of the time angry, angry, angry? If you have seen, put yes in the chat box. Chronically angry. Yes. And because of their angry, many people, they avoid them. And they don't realize. They may think, why people don't like me? Yeah, I'm very good guy, nice guy, but people don't like me. My children, they don't like me. They don't love me. Why? You are angry. You are inside that trap. Anger. Greed. Yeah. Many people immediately think greed, money, greed, money. Greed is for power also. The politicians, they have greed for power, definitely. And some of them, they have greed for money also. That is when they looting, corruption. But definitely greed for power is there. Jealousy, obvious. Hate. I know some people, They hate some people. Morning, afternoon, evening, they talk negative things about some people. That is one. Without mentioning the name, I'm sure that you'll be able to understand. There's one political leader. Every day he talks about his hatred towards a couple of industrialists. Every day, morning, afternoon, evening, bad mouths about those industrialists. He hates them for reasons only known to him. Lust, obvious. We are going to see. Soon I'll be sharing some real life stories. Lust is sex, kama, shame, guilt, regret. If you want to ask some questions about that one, or if you want me to explain during the discussion, I'll be glad to explain that one. Because I want to finish the presentation within 45 minutes. 5 types of fears. Zoophobia, fear of animals. Okay, now I'm going to share a real life example. My own son, he was in India. He was born in India. He was there till 1.5 years. Then he joined me in the USA. When he was around 5 years old, when we went to see a house, my son, myself, and his mother, we entered that house, and a dog suddenly appeared and it barked. My son immediately cried loudly. He ran out. He ran outside the house and he went to my car. Then I told him, come on, don't worry, don't do anything. No. He refused to come. After that, every time when we used to go to a new place, first thing, even before getting out of the car, he used to ask, is there a dog? Is there a dog? I was wondering, how come? That kind of a fear. Canine phobia. Too much. Something. When you was in Kerala, during that 1.5 years, somebody injected that fear. In Kerala, you know, there are plenty of stray dogs. In India, there are plenty of stray dogs. Somebody says, Pogalle, patti kadikum, Pogalle. A baby immediately associate with that fear. That one. Zoophobia. Then I had to spend a few months. I didn't take him to any psychologist. I was able to desensitize that fear. I took him to a pet shop. There you can see the pets. That is a puppies for sale, different breed. And he was afraid. You didn't come. I took a puppy in my hand and then asked him, come, touch this one. No. And he don't bite. Look at this one. And gradually, hesitatingly, he came and touched and he ran away. Then I took him to one of my friend's house where that friend had a son of my son's age and they had a pet dog. And when he saw that boy playing with that dog, gradually he was able to overcome that fear. Zoophobia. Is this example interesting? Real life story interesting? If it is interesting, in the chat box put I. This happened. Then germophobia, fear of germs. Some people out of fear of germs, oh, I know one person, one woman, because of her excessive fear of germs, she used to wash banana. She used to keep the banana under the tap water for 3 minutes. Oranges, 3 minutes. Why the hell do you want to wash the banana? Because you are going to peel the skin and you are going to eat. There's no risk of germs. Oranges also, you are going to peel the skin, whereas you are going to eat the grapes, I can understand. Germophobia. She made her life a hell and the life of others also hell. Aticophobia, fear of failure. People, if they are caught inside that emotional trap, they won't take any risk. They won't dare to do anything. They won't put their money even in the mutual funds. That fear of failure, risk. Buying a land, taking an examination, or challenges, they don't. Have you seen such people? If you have seen such people, put yes in the chat box. Why? Because that atikiphobia is an emotional trap. Thank you, Sankumarji. Emotional trap, that one ruins their whole future. No growth, no success. Thank you, Shekhar. Their favorite word, whatever you say, other risk. So that is risky. Yeah, risky, risk. Nosophobia, fear of disease. That's also very common, especially in Kerala. Because I have my friends, I am a medical doctor, I have friends in Kerala. And some of the people I know through the webinars, they also, when they talk to me, a fever, if they notice the fever in the morning, they immediately go to a hospital. Immediately, when it is not at all necessary. The reason? Nosophobia. Is this COVID? If it is COVID, then what will happen? Anxiety. What will happen? Or is it chikungunya? If it is chikungunya, then what will happen? Is it dengue? Then what? Nosophobia. Or a chest pain. Is it heart attack? This is nosophobia. Or some weight loss. Is it cancer? Abdominal pain. Am I right? If I am right, put in the R in the chat box. Nosophobia, we see. Doctors, we see. Okay, thank you, Venugopal. In Kerala, the hospitals are thriving because of the nosophobia. More than 80% of the patients, they don't need to go to any hospital. Unnecessarily go to the hospital and spend thousands and thousands of rupees. Nosophobia, emotional trap. During the COVID period, I was, to the best of my knowledge, among my contacts, I was the only person who didn't take even a single dose of COVID vaccine. It is not that I am stupid. Evidence-based medicine, I told you, I practice evidence-based medicine. My knowledge about the evidence-based medicine. In USA, flu, every year they give flu vaccine. Every year. And in spite of millions of people getting the flu shots every year, flu and flu-related pneumonia is one of the leading causes of death. So what did the flu vaccine do? Did it protect? Did it prevent? No. Why? Why? Because flu virus, it keeps on mutating. It keeps on changing its structure. So the vaccine you prepare, this may not work on a mutated new strain. Where the smallpox virus could not. That's why smallpox was eradicated. Polio also, it doesn't mutate that much. So polio vaccine, yes, it works. But flu vaccine, no. I didn't take even flu vaccine also. For 30 years, not even once I took flu vaccine. The COVID is a cousin of flu virus. It is something like that one is the Nair, this one is Pillai. This one is Pillai, that one is Menon. Same family. So there is no rationality. So I didn't take even a single shot. And I didn't get COVID. Most important thing is immunity. Boost your immunity. My immunity is very good because I don't eat junk food. I don't drink alcohol. So those are the reasons. So again, that nosophobia. I didn't fall a victim of nosophobia. Glossophobia, fear of public speaking. I suffered from this one. Because of that one, I lost many opportunities. During my school days, college days, MBBS days, I didn't give even a single speech. Fear of public speaking. Now I don't have. I was able to overcome that one. Oh my goodness. That fear actually pulled me back. I don't know how many of you had that kind of fear, or some of you may still have that fear. If you had, or if you have, put yes in the chat box, my dear friends. I want to know whether that, because glossophobia is considered to be as number one fear. Okay, Reuteren, glossophobia is number one fear, public speaking. Okay, thank you, Venugopal. Negative emotions like hatred destroy our peace of mind. Many people, they talk about forgive, forgive, forgive. That is bullshit. In the dictionary, there's a word called unforgivable. Certain things you cannot forgive. But at the same time, stop hating. How? You ignore. That's what I do. If some people have betrayed me or hurt me, I don't sit and hate them, ignore them. But I don't forgive them. Do you get the difference? Is it understood? If it's understood, put you. Because people talk about, yeah, forgiveness, forgiveness, forgiveness. Okay. Yeah. I don't forgive, but I don't hate. Okay, thank you. Energy. Questions posed by lawyers and investigators are traps. And we have Venugopal ji. He retired from the police department. You are the chief of high-tech crime inquiry cell. Investigator. He has played the role of an investigator. A CID, ED, or when you are in the witness box, the lawyer, when that person is cross-examining you, they will ask questions to trap you. At the same time, sometimes they want to find the truth also. So questions, if one is not careful, yes, he'll be trapped. When I had a case here, legal battle, before the jury, the defendant's lawyer, he wanted to trap me, emotional trap. I was fully aware of this technique, this trick. He told the judge, Your Honor, we don't have much time, so I like Dr. Reddiar to give a simple one-word answer, yes or no. Yes or no. That is a trap. Yes or no. It is something like yes or no. If I ask the Venugopal ji, if I am the lawyer, Mr. Venugopal, have you stopped beating your wife? Give yes or no answer. That's a trap. What can he say? If he say yes, again he is trapped. If he says no, again he is trapped. Yes or no. So the judge also asked me to give yes or no response. My goodness. And you are asking some questions, yes or no. Then I said, partly yes. I came up with my own response. Partly yes. Sometimes partly no. By then, if he asked me what is partly yes, he's giving me the opportunity to explain, which he didn't want to. He didn't want me to talk. So I went on saying partly yes, partly true, partly wrong. He was feeling angry. I could see it. He was feeling very angry. He thought that he could trap me easily. That is emotional trap. If you cannot control your emotions, you cannot control your money. I'm going to show you some real life examples. Warren Buffett, one of the top 10 richest people in the world. Money trap, honey trap. And during the Q&A session, I will request Venugopal ji to share some real life stories. He has investigated hundreds of cases, so he knows. This is bait. Just like that cheese bait for the mouse. Kerala doctor loses 7.65 crore to trade scam. This happened just last week. 7.65 crore. That is by pushing the greed button. I told you that negative emotion, greed. So you are trapped. That greed. He lost that much money. Honey trap case. Two held for swindling 2.5 crores from elderly man in Thrissur. Thrissur. The girl who got acquainted with him through the Facebook. Subsequently pretended to be, she loves him, and gradually she asked for some money. Then when he refused to give, then she started blackmailing him. So that is the story. Honey trap. Very common. They go after elderly, lonely, single, or widowers. They go after them. Easy victims. Indian Prime Minister Modi warns against a digital arrest scam. I'm sure that some of you may be aware, not many. Latest one, digital arrest. My own good friend, he's not in Kerala now, he's in Bangalore. Doctor friend, he lost 14 lakhs because he was put under a digital arrest. Okay, digital arrest. He was so scared, and they asked for all these bank details, number, password, lost 14 lakhs. Digital arrest. One Kerala bishop also, I think that he lost money, few lakhs, because of threat of digital arrest. Debt is a trap, best avoided. My dear friends, this is a take-home message. Plenty of people, especially youngsters and others also, they are in deep debt. Why? Poor thinking skills. They buy things they don't need. Things they don't need, they buy them by borrowing money from the bank or somewhere else, and then they are not able to repay. Deep debt trap. Living beyond means. And going to the medical school, private medical college, MBBS. In Amrutanandamai institution, it costs MBBS general category course fees 1 crore, more than 1 crore. How are you going to repay? An MBBS doctor after comes out, the salary only 30 to 50,000 rupees. Deep debt trap. This is one example only. Don't get into debt trap. So to summarize, there are 10 negative emotions. To recap: fear, anxiety, anger, greed, jealousy, hate, lust, shame, guilt, regret. And in this point, I want to about the guilt. Guilt is again very strong negative emotion. If you are caught in the guilt trap, it will, what do you call, eat you from inside. Some parents, even unintentionally, they inject that guilt feelings inside their children. Oh, you must take care of me. How hard I put that one. I carried you for 10 months. Now you are not showing love. You are not caring for me. When that son has got some other job, he has got his own family. He cannot spend the whole time with his mother or with his father. They inject guilt. And subsequently, when they die, the son will suffer from feelings of guilt. Do you agree? If you agree, put A. If you put agree, A. That's what's happening now these days. Not like the old. It is a one child or two children. They are not there. They are in some other country. The parents again, when they feel lonely, old age, they want the children to come back and take care of them. That is an unrealistic and unreasonable expectation. that guilt feeling. They're ruining their lives. Or if the person mother is there and sick, then they feel, okay, I'm not able to go and take care of, I'm not going to that sick, guilt feeling. In my case, I'm going to share my own real life experience. In 2009, my father had a fall and he sustained hip fracture when I was in America. And he was in the hospital because of that mismanagement, negligence, dangerous doctors. He developed some new complications during the hospital stay. And he was discharged. And my mother asked me to come and spend some time with my father. I said, yes, fine. So I took leave for 2 months and I went back. When I went there, I saw things were changed. His condition was totally different. And by then I realized the dangerous doctors. I gave a talk last week, dangerous doctors, the incompetence, negligence of the doctors. So I was feeling a bit worried. I could have gone back to USA. And I thought, okay, I have enough money. So my approach is contentment. I have enough money. I have made enough money. I can live without working for even for 1 day. I thought, okay, let me resign that job and take care of my dad. That day my father was 85 years old. I thought maybe he may live for another 1 year or something like that. So I resigned that job. I stayed there and he lived for another 5.5 years. He didn't have to go to any hospital during that 5.5 years. Any symptom, minor symptoms, cough or fever, diarrhea, vomiting, I used to take care of. So because of that one, I'm living with peace of mind. Otherwise, I would have been suffering from guilt feelings. Do you get my point? If you get my point, put understood, put you. So I don't have any guilt feelings. I won't say that everybody can do that. But some people can do that one, but still they don't do it. They have all the money, everything. Why don't you? Why don't you spend your time? And some people are too busy, they don't even call their parents. Hey, why can't you call them once a week? These days, you have the Facebook or you can use the WhatsApp video. Talk to them for 10 minutes. They don't do that one. That's not acceptable. So I don't have any guilt feelings or regret. Upcoming talks next week. Think like Trump. The hot topic. Yeah. I was closely following the news as well as the development. Think like Trump if you want to achieve success in life. Is that title appealing? Is it interesting? If it is interesting, put I in the chat box. Think like Trump. Okay, Salkumarji. Thank you, Musamaluji. That will be unique. That is a unique title. The content should be unique. Communication failure, ignorance quotient, the same Zoom link. Now, thank you all for joining this webinar. We have now more than 20 minutes for Q&A session as well as for discussion. Now, I welcome your questions and comments. And before that, I would request Venugopal ji, because he can share a lot of authentic information that will be useful and helpful for the audience. Yes, Venugopal ji.
Thank you, Dr. Venugopal ji.
You're welcome.
I am Vinay Kumar Nair from Trivandrum. I was the head of high-tech crime inquiry cell for 9 years, from 2008 to 2017. And I have come across so many cyber issues. As Dr. Venugopal ji said, I can share so many things, but the time is not
Yeah, 3
allowing
minutes.
me. Only 3 minutes. That's the one thing, money trap, I can tell you, there are so many means thousands of websites in the world, in the internet, asking you for, like, offering you for a lottery scam, lottery amount. You will be getting an email that you have won a $250, $250 million. But the people, I mean, the Kerala people, I don't know about the other country people, but trapping is there, always there in the world. And this scam is called Nigerian scam because at that time, years back, at that time, these scams are being, that fraudsters from Nigeria and Nigerian people staying in London also. So you will be getting an email stating that you are a winner of a lottery that is about $250 million. See, you will be wondered to see, and there will be some directions in the mail that you don't disclose this to anybody because there will be new relationships will be coming and repetitions will be coming like that. And then uh, for the processing charge, they will be asking you for some small amount of money, maybe 25,000 rupees. See, you are going to get $250 million and you are going to pay only 25,000 rupees. You will pay it, and that is for the processing. Some people will be replying that you take 25,000 from my prize money, then give me the balance. And they will be saying that no, it is already signed. The check is already signed and we cannot deduct it from. And after that, you have to remit this 25,000 rupees in a bank. They will be saying the bank, in which bank you are going to remit that amount. And then you have to send the scanned copy of that receipt that I have already paid, already remitted 25,000 rupees. And this, when he gets this email, he will be giving you a thanks message, that thanks mail, and he will be saying that my man will be coming to India with your money tomorrow. See, please uh, bear in mind, a point is that whether you have taken a lottery or not, we are not taking that factor. Then he will be saying that from London or from Nigeria, he will be sending a man to in the very next day to International Airport, Delhi. And very next morning, somebody will be calling you from there, from an Indian number, that I am John Mike from International Airport, Indira Gandhi International Airport, Delhi, that I have come with your money, but there is a problem in the customs department that they are asking for 7 lakhs rupees for the customs duty for your money. And here we have to be very careful that is there any duty for money? Is there any provision to bring money from outside India? And a foreigner, when he comes to an international airport, in the customs area, he cannot use an Indian number because he is not in India now. When he comes out of this customs area, only and immigration area, only he will be allowed to enter India. If he is deported, then how can he get an Indian number? This means that this man is already in India and he is calling you. And this 7 lakhs, you will again pay the 7 lakhs. Then he will be coming out and say, no, I am outside the airport. Now there is a problem. That is the RBI. RBI is asking for anti-terrorism charge. Like that, they will be asking you money every time, and the lottery will be on his part. He will be getting the lottery from you, lottery amount from you. That is a money trap. And there are, in years back, there was a honey trap case. That is, we call them as Russian wife scam. At that time, the Orkut was there and Facebook. Some Russian girls will be coming in your way. and they will be chatting with you, and you will fall in love with that Russian girl. After that, she will be asking you, I want to see you in India. I'm coming to India. Okay. You will be very happy because you are in love with her. That is a Russian wife scam, a honey trap case, early days. Now, there are so many cases that Dr. Venugopalji already said. This Russian wife scam, she will be asking, I will come from Moscow to London, I mean Delhi, in my own expense. From Delhi to Trivandrum or Delhi to Coimbatore, you have to take the ticket. You will be very happy and you will take the ticket from Delhi to Trivandrum and then from Trivandrum to Delhi back. See, and she will be asking to send that PTA ticket. After that, what happens is there will be no connection from her side, and she, that is a so called she, actually, it is a he. It is a he. And that man, pretending to be the Russian girl, who is staying in Delhi, will refund that amount and you will be losing your money. That is one type of honey trap. And now the digital arrest has come. Some police officers in uniform will be calling you in video call that you are under virtual arrest and don't go anywhere. Your parcel is with us. It is. There are so many passports. There are so many Aadhaar cards. There are so many MDMA like this drugs, etc. And we are going to verify your records. And your account number is this in the bank. They will say you the bank account number and how much money you are having in the bank. You will say, sir, I have 7 lakhs rupees. Okay. You We have to verify through a software and you send that money to this account and we will check it. We will check through the software and we will be giving you the money back. Well, they are warning you in uniform, senior officers in uniform, and they will be sending you their ID card also and asking you to verify this ID card through the website. You won't go anywhere. As doctor said, you will be in a fear. That digital arrest is in a fear. You are in a virtual arrest. They will be saying that don't go anywhere. We will be following you. We will be watching you. We will be shadowing you like that. And you will transfer this money to this account for software verification. This is their modus operandi. And after that, there will be no connection from this officer. There will be no connection from this side, and you will lose your money. And there is no provision to arrest digitally a person in the world, not in India, in the world. Arrest is in person, that is face to face. If you are a police officer, if you are investigating officer, if you want to arrest a person, you go to that person, you go near to that person and directly say to him that you are under arrest, or touch him and say you are under arrest. No virtual arrest is in the world. Please bear in mind. And I think my time is over. Thank you very much, Dr. Venugopal sir. We will meet again and we will discuss another matters in future also.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, because at least for the whatever you have shared, that one, once if people share this video recording also, that will be very helpful and useful for hundreds or thousands of people. Anybody else who wants to ask a question or share a thought, please raise your hand. Okay, Sankumarji, go ahead.
Good evening, all. The first time information for me, phobias are a kind of traps. So all phobias are like that?
Yes. Any phobia. What is phobia? Phobia is irrational fear, maximum highest degree of that fear. Fear can become panic. Fear can become phobia. When it reaches that phobia state, then sometimes people will be completely paralyzed. They don't know what to do. So that is what with my son. That phobia, he wouldn't get out of the car before ensuring that there is no dog. Then I thought, okay, I wanted to send him to India for further studies after his 7th grade. Then I thought, okay, it is not going to happen. With this phobia, if he goes to Kerala, when he sees a street dog, finished. He won't even get out of his house. So I had to desensitize or decondition that one. The OCD again, phobia. And the other person, I know. Washing the banana, does it make any sense? Irrational. When it is a phobia, they do irrational things. And washing the orange, washing the egg also. Keeps on washing. Washing a plate, already washed and it is kept there. And before you eat, again you wash. Waste of all the resources. And some people, I have seen one doctor. This happened when I was in Madurai. I was in Madurai for 6 months doing a postgraduate study in 1975. And they have the hostel, their canteen. When I used to go, one gentleman who was at that time 10 years older than me. And when he comes and when he is near the tap, when he sees me, then he says, doctor, yeah, go ahead. And then somebody else comes, he says, doctor, go ahead. I was wondering, why is he standing there then? Then I observed, when nobody was there, he kept on washing for 5 minutes with the soap again and the soap, that OCD. And when he used to go to the bathroom also, 1 hour bathroom. So that phobia is a big trap. Now is it clear, Sanal Kumarji?
I have a friend who never visit a hotel without dishwasher. He must get the plate in steam hot. Otherwise, he never. Several times we had been together in many hotels, but he refused to take any, not even a vada or nothing. He hesitated to take any food from there. He said it is unhygienic.
Yes. Anybody else who wants to ask any question or share any interesting stories? Some of you may have some interesting stories.
So how one can measure the trap, emotional trap, reach to a clinical, required clinical intervention?
No, nothing is objective. Nothing is objective. The first and foremost thing, if you are that is going to a hospital frequently with all sorts of different symptoms, doctors will be happy. Hospitals will be happy because you are a gold mine. They won't discourage you. That is an early warning sign that you are having some kind of a phobia. It could be a nosophobia, or it could be different kinds of anxiety, emotion. Anxiety is extremely common. And I have some friends who are practicing psychiatry in Kerala. When I talk to them, I ask them, hey, how many patients do you see who are suffering from depression? How many are anxiety? Is that anxiety is very common, more common than depression. And because of the anxiety may turn into worry. Anxiety may turn into worry about the future. The difference between the worrying and regretting about something which happened in the past. You regret for what you did, or what you said, or what you didn't do, or what you didn't say. Whereas the worrying is about the future. What will happen if I lose my job? Especially the software engineers who are in USA, I know, because in my apartment complex there are at least 3 or 4 guys from India. When I talk to them, they are worried. I am worried because they are going to downsize, and I heard a rumor that they are going to lay off, they are going to fire people, and if I lose my job, then I'm on H-1B visa. Then I will have to find another job within 60 days. You get my point? These are all worries, anxieties. They are out of your control. When it goes out of your control, your life will become a hell. Very, very common. Then I used to tell them, come on, first and foremost thing, make sure that you enhance your skills, your competence, so that if you are an asset to your company, if you are a very good performer, they won't fire you. If you are an average, this one, and if you don't update or upgrade your knowledge and skills, then you will be on the chopping block. You will be the first person to lose the job. So if you are really an asset, they would want to retain you. You got my point, Sankumar? Exactly, that's what one should do. Okay, Gomarji, you want to say something? Gomar, okay, for the information, Venugopal, this is Dr. Govamar is a ENT surgeon. He is in Trivandrum and he is now currently practicing at Geetanjali Hospital during the daytime, morning, forenoon. Vadekar. Okay.
Venu,
Okay.
I have just we said that the doctors will be happy regarding a patient who is saying phobia. It's not always true, because sometimes these people will be a headache. See, I can say a few examples. See, being an ENT, I get so many people who come with some vague complaints. See, one of it, this is usually a tala perip. You might have heard. So we had so many people come say that, see, we in English we say that is numbness. There is no other bird which is equivalent to perip. We say it is numbness. Some people say that അത് ഇവിടുന്ന് പെരുത്ത് ഇങ്ങനെ കഴുത്ത് വഴി ഇറങ്ങി കയ്യിൽ കൂടെ വന്ന് കാലിൽ കൂടെ അങ്ങ് പോകും. There are various way of expressing that. So these are sometimes headache for you, because you know that there is always a overlap anxiety or some other thing is there. So we had I know we had a Professor Dr. Sumaran sir. So I just want to say that. So there are so many people coming with this talaperip. He will just ask the patient, see, what is your complaint? Is it head tala vedanayano, tala karakkaano, alla tala perippaano? He will say tala perip. Adine chikitsa. ഈ തലവേദനയ്ക്ക് ചികിത്സയുണ്ട്, തല കറക്കത്തിന് ചികിത്സ, തലപ്പെരുപ്പ് അത് മാറില്ല, അതിന് മരുന്നില്ല. ലൈക്ക് ദാറ്റ് ഈ യൂസ് ടു സേ ദാറ്റ്. അപ്പോൾ സം പീപ്പിൾ ഫ്രം വൺ പേഴ്സൺ ടു അതർ പേഴ്സൺ ഹു ഗോ ഓൺ ഡൂയിങ് ലൈക്ക് ദാറ്റ്. ആൻഡ് സി, ആസ് യു സെഡ്, many of the people may be having always a overlap of anxiety, depression, something like that. So invariably, sometimes I myself give some anti-anxiety like amitriptyline or something like that. And if this still persisting, I usually refer them to psychiatry. As you said, see, the number of psychiatry problems are actually underdiagnosed. Because majority will not tell the problem. If the patient is coming again and again, we will be in a hurry to just send out the patient and the call the other. Sometimes we see that why this fellow is come. Then we will take a detailed history. Then he is slowly they will come about some family problems, some problem with the study. So in many patients, migraine. Usually I'll ask them, say, since the exams are approaching, are you not sleeping in the night? So yes, see, I am preparing for this. So yeah, I think so. You know that migraine is always have a overlap anxiety. So as you said, there is always a overlap this anxiety and depression and a psychiatric problem which are underdiagnosed. So the many of the people they will just
I agree with you. That is some doctors like you. That is you will find this guy coming with no real organic problems, irritating. But there are plenty of doctors. They love such patients because that is where they can order from initially CT scan, next visit MRI scan, after that an MRI scan. So you get a kickback. For every investigation, you get more money. So
Yeah.
yeah,
ano-
that is
another-
happening. That's a
Another
reality.
problem is very common in our this thing is that you know that the globus thing. Many people think that there is something is sticking onto the throat because if you take careful history, we ask there is no sore throat. If there is any problem with taking food, no problem. Drinking, no problem. But still they think that something is sticking onto the throat. But some people may be having this nowadays. This gastroesophageal reflux is supposed to be one of the this thing, but majority of these patients may require some kind of counseling, and apart from reassurance, that is and lifestyle modification. All these are needed. So you want to take a good history and spend some time with the patient and be empathetic, and if necessary you want to you
Okay.
can send the patient. Okay.
Okay, Gomarji, thank you. And
Okay.
I have to stop the recording. So thank you all for your active participation. And I'm going to stop the recording, but we'll continue the discussion. So don't go away. I'm going to stop the recording. That's all. Yes.